What is up, guys? Welcome to a midweek collection war show. What's up, Michael?
Hey, my bro, how are you? Good to see
Good,
you.
good, good, man. I'm excited. Midweek show and
I love them.
dedicated on six scale stuff.
Yeah,
Man,
that's fun.
it sounds
It's
and it's so funny, right? Because we've talked about this. It's like, I mean, you've been into six scale stuff for a while, right? Obviously, you've been collecting
yeah,
all this stuff, and
yeah,
then I
yeah,
know Matt, obviously, our buddy Matt, all about
yeah.
six scale.
That's it.
And
Yeah, he's crazy.
I've slowly starting to like get there, right? I've ordered my second six scale toy, but I'm
Proud
telling
of
you,
you.
every time we have these types of shows, it's like
Oh, I know.
reeling me in, man,
I
reeling me
know.
in.
We're gonna
It's
get you there.
yeah, man.
It's funny, real quick. I was talking to Joseph today about.
Yeah,
I mean, all of this stuff that we have, and we just have no room for it. No
yeah,
room at all. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to," because it's like where we are now. I can't buy any more things. I'm like, "Yeah, I understand." And I was like, "Hey, this guy that we're having on the show tonight, Kash, man, he's got these awesome custom six scale, and he's got this Wampa." He goes, "Oh, he's got the Wampa." I go, "Yeah, okay, I definitely want one of those."
yeah. Of course.
So his collection's never gonna
I
die.
know,
You know what I
right?
mean? So don't bullshit me.
Right. So look, we got Juan up in here. What's up, Juan?
Hey, Juan, what's up,
We
brother?
got Sean. What's up, Sean?
George,
We
what's up,
got
George?
George. What's up? What's up? Got Armando. I'm sure we'll talk about that. Did you see that trailer, Michael? No, the new Matrix trailer.
Actually, I did today. I
Yeah,
saw it today. It was like 7 million views in the first 45
I
minutes.
know, right? It's
It's
crazy.
crazy. It looked pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. So today we got a really good show, right? We got
Yes.
Kash joining us from Kash Toy Designs.
Yep.
Amazing work that he does with six scale customs.
Yes.
We got Jens from Legacy Arts joining us too, right?
My brother
Oh
Jens.
man, with the special update on
Yeah.
Michael's secret commission.
That
Not so
started,
secret.
I know exactly. It started right here on Collection
It
Wars, dude. And
did.
that's what's so great, Gabe, is that
It
we can
did.
show the how we started this thing and mid build, and it's cool.
I'm not going to take credit for it, but I may have been the one that mentioned, "Hey, Jens, have you ever thought about doing a two tier?" I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not going to take credit for it, but I may have been the
You're not
one.
going to take credit for spending all my money, Gabe? Is that what you're telling me?
Exactly,
Jeez,
exactly.
man.
So, yeah, Michael, let's bring him on. Let's bring on.
Yes, yes,
Yes. All right.
yes.
Let's bring
Let's
on
keep in
Cat.
mind it's 5 in the morning
I
for
know
for
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 Jens.
Jens.
Let's bring in Cash first. What's up, Cash? How you doing?
What's up, dudes? How you doing?
What's
Look at
What's
up?
that
going on?
background.
How you doing, Cash?
They're all here, the whole gang.
Yes, they are. Not for long, I
Class
hope.
of, class of, I guess class of '83. If you were to
Yeah,
say it right,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
geez, look at
A lot of
those.
these customs that I have. First off, this whole background I got from Legacy Arts from Jens, and it's,
Yeah.
dudes. If you're watching this, please buy it. It's the sickest thing ever.
It's-
Today was the first.
It
Yes.
is.
Today was the first day I got to put all my stuff in it, and it's funny. I sent a message to my wife. She's on her job right now. She's not here, and I sent it to her, and she was just like, "Holy shit!"
Wow.
Just like, yeah, dude.
That's
It's,
awesome. Well,
it's pretty
let's
nuts.
bring on Jens as well. That way we could talk to him. And what's up, Jens? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Good morning,
welcome.
buddy.
Jens, what's up,
welcome
bro?
back, man. How you
Bro,
doing?
how you doing?
Good, man. Look at that
Okay.
background too.
Dave? Oh man, you're killing it. Cash, the background.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude. Yeah,
The only-
today was
yeah,
today
you
was a
can't see the
special
diorama
day.
anymore.
That's the crazy thing. I mean, I'll show you guys real quick. It's kind of
Yes.
nuts because, we start out with Efont Mon, my Efont Mon custom, and there's Hermiodal and Jaquil in the front, and then there's just crazy tiers, and I'm sure you guys can pause and see all the stuff there. There's a 8D8 over there, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, and we're
that's-
gonna look at some pictures right now. So
Yeah,
we'll get
yeah.
some
Oh,
close
cool.
up. Yeah. We'll get some close up views of all your stuff, man. That's
Cool,
I'm
man,
excited for that.
yeah, this whole thing was just really. Today was a special day. Honestly, I definitely turned 8 years old again for sure.
And I
That's
just
cool.
I love how it looks. I like just all of them because it actually looks like Jabba's palace, like how it
Mhm.
should be, right? Like
Oh yeah, it's like a big,
everyone's just
Yeah.
there, kind of partying it up.
You know, the
You
funny
need
thing was, the intention with this is to make everybody who's in that scene, everybody who's in Jabba's palace, and there's a lot. I mean, the humans and the aliens and everything together. So, you know, when I first got the Dio, I was just like, that's probably enough room. And now I'm like, nah, I probably got to get those extensions. Probably got to get those extensions. Because,
yeah. You can't.
you know,
That's exact. You're gonna have to look at this background. I'm gonna put you on the solo layout because
yeah, man.
look at that.
Look at that, dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, Jabba's
That-
crew
and look at-
runs real deep.
And I could already see the starting of the left side panel with the Han Solo and Carbonite. Jeez.
Yes.
Oh man, that's so sick.
Michael, do you
dude.
have
That's
that?
so sick.
Solo?
I just ordered the pre-order. I did not. I
course,
do
man.
not have the Carbonite, but I just ordered it this week.
And
So luckily, it came back on for pre-order. So
and
Nice.
underneath that is going to be the Rancor's lair, right?
Ugh.
and a few other things.
Few other things. What?
It's Yen's fault. Blame Yen. It's his fault.
I didn't know about that. What? I thought it was just going to be a big giant Rancor's lair.
Yen's, tell him what we're doing, buddy.
Yeah, every day we got some great, crazy new ideas.
Yeah.
Now we came up with the idea to not have only the Rancor cave. We will also add the torture room, and we're gonna make it on 2 levels. So one level we will have the torture room, and on the other level we plan doing to make the dungeon, so the prison.
Jeez. So then, what you're gonna stick like Chewbacca and Han Solo in the little prison, and then or no,
Exactly.
right? I'm sure that's what's gonna happen, right, Michael?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I just found out about the this too.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so we've been kicking it around, and what's really cool is Jens has such great reference to. So we're actually trying to do this to, a lot of people just remember the room. They don't know what the actual layout is, and we're trying to keep it as close as possible to, it's like we've talked about in the past, the story behind the story and what's going on, and that it's functional.
Yeah.
So the way the entries are and the exits, it all makes sense. It's just all ties together, and it's just the workmanship, because I'm not his only commission out there, and the fact that he's doing others and then putting a lot of time on mine, him and his father-in-law. It's just amazing.
I know what's going on here. I know what this show's all about. This is Michael's plot to get Jens and Kash, because he knows he's going to need every single one of those characters that Kash makes for his giant Jabba set. I know that I could see it, Michael. This is your plot to your 6-scale kingdom.
Well, it's ridiculous. It's just, you can't do it half-assed. If you're going to do it, we're going to do it 110%. Isn't that right, Kash? Isn't that right, Jens?
I mean, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's it.
We're gonna
If you're gonna go, you gotta go hard.
Yeah.
So Kash, obviously, you're welcome to our show. This is your first time on. We always like
Thanks
to
for having
ask.
me, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem, man. I really appreciate you jumping on. We always like to ask people and guests that are on here, kind of tell us a little bit about you, and maybe start it young, right? How did you get into Star Wars? What really inspired you about Star Wars to get into what you're doing now?
I'm a kid of the 80s, and I just, I've always been a big fan of fantasy, and I mean, it's just one of those classic stories of when you're a kid, man, where you're just like, nobody's listening to me, and you kind of feel down and out on your own. Everybody's a little bit of a Skywalker at that point, and I think, luckily enough for us kids of the 80s, that movie came around right at the right time. And the one thing that really sucked me in when I was a kid was the idea of a bar full of aliens and full of creatures that are just like This guy's a war criminal. This guy's an assassin. I mean, Han Solo and Chewbacca are drug runners. They're moving spice for Jabba the Hutt, who's the gangster. There's, I mean, there's like all this sleaze that's in there. So if you just take the world and just take the worst facets of something cool, a cool aspect of just like a dangerous scene, and then you just make every character in there a different alien. There's something about that that's radical, man. I mean, even this is a gangster who sells drugs and like does all this crazy shit. It's his like hideout. And inside of his hideout, who's there? He's got a bunch of mercenaries. He's got a bunch of killers. I mean, it's nuts, dude. I mean, there's something so cool about that. Yeah. So when I was a kid, my dad's an architect, and he had these things called Art Sundays, where my brother and I weren't allowed to go hang out with our friends. We had to do art at the house, hang out with him. So he would draw a lot. My brother draws, and my dad gave me a lot of clay when I was really young. So, I would just go to my 3 3/4 scale figures and do Star Wars stuff, play Star Wars. But the cool thing about the old Kenner figures, is that they had a lot of them. But they didn't have all of them. So with my clay, I would start to make the figures that weren't there, just to recreate the scenes and stuff like that. And it always stuck with me. And then a little later in life, when I went to college, I went to go study toy design over at FIT in New York. At the time, there were only like 2 places that did it. I think it was RISD and FIT. So I studied toy design over there. And I left the program to ultimately go start a band, and I was in a band for about 10 years. But then, as I was doing all my other stuff, I kept on making toys and kept on sculpting and kept on doing all this stuff. So over the years, I just really, really had the love for it and the heart for it. And it's just the creativity of Star Wars and the creativity of all these characters and just the idea behind that. There's something that you got to just pay homage to when you realize that's one of the things that lit your creative spark. So I think that's why, even though I create all this other stuff and write all this other stuff, there's something about these aliens, man. I gotta make that shrine of just like, hey, thanks for the inspiration. So it's all here, and I love it, man. I'm never gonna stop loving it. It's just the greatest thing.
Well, hey, when I was talking to you, Kash, yesterday, I said save that saying for the show, but you had mentioned how we've kind of grown from our action figures, because 6 scale is huge. And what you were saying, can you collaborate on what you were saying about that? That was awesome.
I think what I was saying was that when you're a kid, you're very much into 3 3/4 scale because that's what's available. And as your attitude matures and as your taste matures, the idea of what an action figure can kind of mature as well. So I think that once you kind of hit that point, you kind of graduate to seeing something in 6 scale because there's so much more detail. There's so much more attitude, there's so much more character to each of the figures. So I think that 6 scale is kind of perfect. Perfect for the adult to be like, that's the thing I'm going to get. Like, that's the one. I think that's why people have, the shrines and the collector's cases and all that stuff and just all the stuff there. I mean, that makes sense. Because it's just, it's kind of just the perfect scale for like the graduated child, which is, I guess we'll call it a man. So, graduated child.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah, so I think that's why the 6 scale universe is doing so well right now with adults. I think that we're all just like, dude, we can do it again. And
And I mean, obviously, I'm new. I mean, I don't even consider myself in the 6 scale just because I haven't started really jumping into it. But what I have noticed, because I've been following it for a long time, I know one of the biggest complaints are sometimes they're just not putting out the figures, like new figures. They're re-releasing figures and stuff like that. So I think that's amazing that I mean, you could essentially, you don't have to wait. You could just kind of make your own figure as you think about them, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the really fun aspects of this whole thing. I think when I was coming up, I was on the Sideshow Freaks board a lot, and there were a lot of artists on there who really inspired me, like Stephen Strange and got Tally Bane and Nod, all these guys, and they all had this really interesting way to just kind of like make these figures. So, you know, when I was doing that, I kept on like drawing in my sketchbook and being like, how can you make like the weirdest one? How can you make a Hermiodal and make it not be a big chunk of plastic that's just going to weigh 20 pounds and fall over? There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way to make a droid. So I think the ingenuity of the Kit Bash and custom community definitely fueled me and fueled my ideas. And, you know, there's a million artists out there that are just wonderful, wonderful artists, and they definitely inspired me completely.
That's
Very
awesome.
much so. Yeah, cool.
That's awesome. And Kash, obviously, you know Jens, right? You're very familiar with them and the six skills.
Oh yeah, that's my old head stomping buddy.
Yeah. Nice. And yeah,
Yeah,
Have
he's
y'all
the
met- have
best,
y'all met-
man. He's the best.
Have y'all met in person before?
No, we haven't, not yet, but
Yeah.
hopefully soon, right, bud?
Yep.
Yeah, hopefully.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, Cash is really putting his heart and soul in his pieces, and I really love you for what you're doing, man. I love your
Oh,
figure.
thanks, bro. Same,
amazing.
mutual. The feeling is mutual. That was one of the things I really noticed today when I was setting everything up, man. It's like, you know, so you can hear that somebody really appreciates something, and when you see it mirrored in something that someone else does, it's like, dude. I mean, his setup for the Jabba Dio is just like, I mean, when you put it together, it's like,
Yeah.
you know, that first time you had peanut butter and jelly, and you're like, what? Or the first time you have cheese on a burger, and you're like, what? This is, ah. Like that's
Yeah.
what this was for me today. So it was very, very cool, very, very awesome. Yeah, man.
So you got my palace, but I need your figures also.
We'll make it
Yep.
happen, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We'll make
I
it
know,
happen,
right?
dude. Yeah.
But that's awesome because that's what we've talked about this in Collection Wars. You know, the artistry shows, right? And the artists that we've had on the show, I think not only are they artists, but they're fans. And a lot of the times they're obviously their passion is reflected on their artwork. And I think that's how you kind of separate, you know, the awesome artists, you know, versus the people that are kind of just out there to make some money, because you guys put, I mean, your love of Star Wars in your pieces, and it shows, and it absolutely,
and it's cool, and I'm always flattered when somebody buys a piece or like wants to get a figure and all that stuff, and it's not monetary, man. I promise you, it's not. It's like the idea is like, if I couldn't make this stuff, I would love for somebody to make it available, because as you know, when you're buying this stuff, you're like, dude, I want a Weequay, or I like, you know, I want a Tabba, I want.
yeah.
Why don't they have Ephon, man? That's crazy. They're making another Luke. So if somebody was to come to me and be like, I need to make the Cantina, it's my honor to be like, dude, let's do it. Absolutely.
And man,
I mean,
you killed it.
Thanks, man. And I mean, it's art. It takes time and it takes money and all that stuff for sure. But I mean, I got plenty of other art friends and like, you know, that are successful artists, and they're just like, why are you charging so little? And I'm like, you got to understand, man, it's not about that. It's about trying to complete the thing that you've been envisioning for so long.
Yeah, it's
Right.
about passion. Huh?
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Hey, a real big quick shout out to my new friend Andrew. Hey Andy, how you doing? I'm glad you're watching tonight, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Andy, how are you?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Well, we got a couple more of the buddies up in here.
Yes.
Right? We got QM Primetime Reviews. Got Harry up in here.
Hey Harry, what's up?
Got David. We got the other David, our buddy David.
What's up, ladies?
I said, yeah. We got Andy, of course. We got Kev, Irish Jedi, and it just thank you guys. Oh, we got Vic up in here. So
hey, what's up, Vic? Thanks for
joining us.
Vic.
I know it's usually we have the show a little bit, you know, earlier, and then obviously not on a weekday, but thank you guys so much for joining us. It's awesome. So speaking of characters, speaking of your stuff, let's jump in and let's take a look at some of Kash's creations, because I think we need to see them up close. because this is just amazing. So I'm gonna bring up some pictures, and maybe you could just kind of tell us what's going on, Cash. So
Okay, cool.
That looks
So when
looks like George Lucas's studio right there.
I know, right?
dude, actually, a lot of these heads were from the guys on the Sideshow Freak Sports. So when I first got these heads, I just kind of started practicing and trying to make all this stuff. And I think the only ones in there that I made one of the Snaggletooths. And this is when I just first started, so I just started painting a lot. And started getting good at like trying to cast and duplicate and stuff like that. I made that big Jaquil head in the back, and that one was made out of foam. But yeah, this was just like a tutorial and trying to like get this stuff up and running. And a lot of this stuff was also learning how to paint was done by a guy named Kagoda, who's on the Sideshow Freaks board. He's phenomenal. He's the best painter. So he did some of the stuff with me too, and yeah, it's pretty great.
Awesome. Well, what about this guy?
Oh, I love.
Yeah, that's one of the first sculpts I got my hands on. One of the first sculpts I got my hands on from like 12 years ago. I was at like a con, and a guy was selling this head. And he was just he was just like, do you want it? And I was like, it wasn't painted. And I was like, yeah, dude, absolutely. So then it kind of started the love affair right there.
Nice.
So it was one of the earliest ones where I just like tried to figure, and since then I've resculpted and modified it, but it was one of the first ones I got my hands on to just try and figure out where it was like, could I make some figures like this?
Yeah. Well, and then some of these that we're going to see now, these are your current stuff, right? Or no?
This is not one of my head sculpts, but I did do the body. And the hard thing for this was it's a multi-arm spacesuit. So how do you do it? And I found there's a fabric district down in Los Angeles, so I frequent them, and I found silver latex. So what I did with this was I just kind of found it's all just trying to like figure out the way you can make this stuff work, and sure enough, it worked out okay.
Do you sew, Cash?
I do so.
Yeah.
And
Man.
It's funny.
That looks like a Hot Toys figure.
Oh, thanks, man. I mean, I went to my mom's and I asked her. I was just like, "You need to be so I need to learn."
Wow, that's cool. That's very cool.
So yeah, it was pretty fun.
That is cool.
That's one of mine. We Osley. I actually have him here next to me. I'll show him to you guys. But yeah, this was one of the ones I was just trying to figure out. I love starting with the randoms. I love starting with the randoms that you can't find anywhere. And I've never imagined that anybody would ever make a figure of Weosley in 6 scale. So it was one of the ones I was very happy to do.
That is awesome. And then we got
Hermiodal.
Oh, it's Hermiodal.
This is Hermiodal. Yeah. The cool thing about Hermiodal was trying to figure out this dude was such a bitch, because the photos that are available are they just make him look like a big pile of laundry.
Yeah.
So trying to figure this thing out as far as like making it posable. This thing is entirely posable. It has movable wrists, has movable arms, movable legs. I got a 6 scale figure, and then I made a husk out of clay that would fit over it. And then after that, after sculpting it really intensely, I made a mold. And inside of the mold, I paint resin, so it'll be hard plastic on the outside. And then I made a liquid compound of foam and filled it up. So the cool thing about this figure is that while it is massive, you can pick it up and move it around, and it doesn't weigh that much.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I make that figure. We paint it, and it also comes in a kit where you can do it yourself. Because I also think that you should. It's also just cool to just have these things where you can just be like, oh shit, I can just buy it and try and make it myself. Yeah.
And does the kit include the clothes too?
It can. Yeah. Okay. If you hit me up and you're like, I need the clothes for it, because sometimes you can do it on your own, but I can also make all that stuff for you. That was one of the nods that I got back in the day, and this is in my personal collection. And I think this was the bitch about this was trying to find the right spacesuit. Which was really fun.
Wow,
That's hilarious.
Yeah, more guys just hanging out.
Here's that font man. There you go.
Yeah, that was the one.
Look at that, Jens. That thing's badass.
It's so badass, man.
I know.
Ethan Mon was the same thing as Hermiodal, where it was like, I know I'm gonna have to make this figure using the body. I'm not exactly sure how. So you can kind of look at the side and you can imagine that there's like a body in there where the forearms are attached to these longer to the biceps, and there's the big calves are attached to the regular thighs. So I put some pants on there and then just made this larger husk. And Kagoda did the paint job on this, and it's phenomenal, man. And he's right here next to me, and he's one of my favorites, actually. He's one of my favorites.
I love him too. There's a lot of custom went into that. Every one of these figures, it's look at that. Dude.
Look at this group. Oh,
baseball team, all catchers.
I need one.
That's funny. Yeah.
I'm doing a run of those again right now. I made 6, and I think 2 are gone already. So if you want one, let me know.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I guarantee they'll be gone by tomorrow. So
cool.
Look at this.
Let me.
Jaquil figuring this out was fun too. This was one of my. This is also. I don't know what it is, man. I'm telling you, the background characters, they crush it every single time. You just see him for one split second, and you're like, dude, what is that guy's story? This was the first figure I made where I painted everything and made it as one solid figure by itself that just comes out. There he is.
Look at that.
And,
it's what's really cool. Yesterday, Gabe, when me and Kash were talking, he was telling me, obviously, I guess when you put your time into creating this character, there's a story behind these guys, and that Effant man, I didn't know anything about that character, and I guess that these people that read into it might know a lot more than obviously I do for sure, but that are watching the show tonight. But I mean, he's got a really cool backstory. It's really cool. I mean, every character in the Star Wars realm is a movie in itself.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's that's the great thing about this thing, man. It's just like, one guy is his head of security, and there's all these other things that happen after the Jabba Palace scene, or happen before it, that lead up to them being there. It's a whole really, really sick, just cool world, man.
Yeah.
And again, so and these are some that, I mean, most people can't just, Hot Toys and some of these companies, they're not making these, right? And there's a need for them.
No, they're not. I mean, originally when Sideshow first started doing Star Wars, I figured that they would, because I remember some of the characters that they came out with. I was just like, well, that's a random guy, Yeah. I kept on holding out and hoping for Ponda Baba and Dr. Azavian together, and I was just like, oh, here we go, but it never happened. So it's just like, what are you gonna do?
Look at the poses. That's what's amazing. I don't know if you saw like Weekway earlier. I mean, a lot of those you can't pose, and even with the Hot Toys, So
yeah.
Look at that. I mean, you know what I mean.
That's cool.
They're definitely fun guys. Well, and when you have them all out, it's just like these are all in Odd's heads when I first started getting these guys and started practicing. And I think that the reason why they're drenched like that was because I did not paint them well, so I had to redo them.
Oh, no.
That's Kagoda. Kagoda did those. He's amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful, really.
Yeah.
So droids. Yeah, so droids. What? Obviously, there's a different process to make droids, right? How are you?
Yes.
3D printing? Are you?
Nope.
I'm 3D printing. Over the quarantine, my friend, one of my best friends from my childhood, schooled me on how to design stuff with ZBrush. And honestly, I wouldn't have done any of this stuff if it wasn't for him. We just kind of came up with, we looked at these schematics of what these droids were, and we tried to figure it out. And we were just like, all right, you know, I mean, this was the like fifth incarnation of what we did, because the first ones were made of resin, and then we found out that they were too heavy. And then I tried rotocasting, and then that wouldn't work. And then I tried 3D printing, but then we printed them and everything was still too heavy. So then we tried printing where it was half filled. And finally we came up with this where they're all hollow. So if you did get one, the cool aspect of it is like if you wanted to give them glowing eyes or like
Which I'm gonna do.
blinking lights or anything like that, you totally can. And our first one was BGJ 38, which was he's only in there for one shot. He's only in there for like one frame, and I was like, yeah, that's the one.
Is that the yellow guy?
That's the yellow one. Yeah, that's the yellow one.
Yeah, he's badass looking.
I'm sure we'll get to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, those are two helmets that I did.
Oh, nice.
And those were actually done. Those weren't done by hand. Yeah, there they are. They weren't done by hand. They were done over with ZBrush as well.
Nice.
It's Brock Starcher and Bane Millar.
Man, see, they're in the background of the canteen. I've never even noticed.
No, they're in the background of Jabba's palace. Bane is in the background of Jabba's palace,
yeah,
and
Jabba's palace.
The guy with the tubes, he's on the skiff.
Got it.
Sailboat.
So Kash, let me ask you a question, because you keep on talking about weight. Now, why is that important for these? Is it because of the joints, or is it just because you're trying to keep it as light as possible for collectors? Or
I think that I try and think about making sure that things won't fall over. Also, I mean, if you're anything like me, I don't get collector's cases and all that stuff. I just like posing them. I just like having everything set in a pose. Yeah, they'll get dusty and all that stuff, but at the same time, it's like, well,
it's okay.
Kind of worth it just to look at them like that.
Yeah.
But also, if you have them on a shelf, you don't want the thing to weigh down too much. So you got to try and think about damages and all that stuff.
Well, especially, I mean, like your setup. I mean, that would probably weigh a ton, right? Like right behind you. Yeah. So that makes sense.
Yeah. Very much so. Yeah, that's BGJ 38. That's the one.
Wait till you see him painted, Gabe.
I'm gonna say let's get to him. Look at that. That's just such a cool. And he's just in Jabba's palace just for a quick scene.
He's in there for I think he's in there for like 2 frames. He's Jabba's gaming droid. And again, Kagoda painted this. If you do want to order one of these from me and you want to get it painted, Kagoda will do the paint job. He is phenomenal, clearly, because this thing looks like it looks like a robot, but it's just it's great. He did such a good job.
Yeah, now I'm gonna have to watch this again so I can spot everybody.
The fun thing about trying to figure this out was, so like I said, you want to keep it light and you want to make sure that it's posable. So we had to break down how the droid is built and then try and make ball joints. And then with those ball joints attached to those hard pieces, I tried to make soft plastic mixed with rubber to make like a connector, like a ball socket. So it was trial and error, man. This thing took months. But because
everything moves. Everything
moves. The head, the shoulders, the arms, the knees and the elbows, everything moves. The hips, the pelvis, everything moves on these guys. So,
honestly, we were talking about like the 3-inch toys versus these 1/6 foot, and that's another big kind of attraction point that people gravitate to because of the articulation, and you can pose them. But I've also heard that like the Hot Toys are very limited in what you could actually pose them in, right? Is that?
I mean, not really. I mean, Hot Toys, here's the thing. Like once in a while, somebody will be like, "Dude, you're charging too much for this," and I'm like, "It takes me a long time, dude." And they're like, "Well, Hot Toys doesn't charge that much," and I'm like, "Hot Toys is like 200 people."
Yeah.
And also, they're like, somebody might say, "Oh, it's not Hot Toys quality or whatever," but and I'm like, "Well, dude, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm making this thing. I think it's pretty damn cool."
Well, no.
Yeah.
But that's not to shit on Hot Toys at all, dude. Those guys,
Yeah.
I mean, they're amazing. The Chewbacca figure that they put out is probably my favorite figure of all time.
Yeah.
And it has amazing posability. It looks screen accurate. I mean, there's no shitting on Hot Toys, dude. Those dudes are phenomenal, like majorly inspirational. That's the squad A.
That's awesome. Jeez.
Is that a Hot Toys Lando skiff?
That's a Sideshow Lando.
Okay.
Sideshow skiff Lando. If you don't
Okay.
have it, you should totally get it because it is one of their better figures.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I love it.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
nice. 88.
Look at that. That's so
Dude,
cool.
I was so happy with myself that day. I remember I was running around the house talking to my wife. I was like, "We did it! We did it!" She's like, "What did we do?"
That's so cool. And look at
Yeah,
it. Oh, geez.
Oh,
And
wow.
again, like I said, I cannot give him enough credit. Kagoda is fantastic. He is a fantastic painter. I mean, that's a robot right there. That's a total droid.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm
You
working
need that.
on EV99 right now.
Ooh.
Because that's the torture droid, and I think that's the one that everybody's like, just make him, dude.
Well, just in time, because apparently
Exactly.
Michael's plot.
it's already done, brother. Way behind
Yeah, plot thickens.
it. Yeah.
Look
That's
at those two.
If
Those are
people
awesome.
want to buy this stuff, what's the best way to get them from you?
If you want any, here's the deal. If you want any alien in Jabba's palace, if you want any alien in the cantina, email me at sonofdengar, SONOFDENGAR, sonofdengar @gmail.
All right.
And we'll link it. We'll put that email
Yeah,
in,
we'll do
in
that
our.
at the end.
Oh yeah, by
Yeah,
all means,
yeah.
just send me an email and just stay with me, and I will make that figure for you. I'm not on too much of a back order right now, but there's a lot of things that need to get out. And what I try to do is actually, when I do make one figure, if somebody hits me up and they're like, "Oh, dude, I want a Klaatu," I'll make the Klaatu and I'll try to make 5 of them, so that way, when somebody does hit me up, they'll be like, "Oh, I want this," and I'll be like, "Well, I have this available right now." Like right now, I think I have a few Yak faces left. I think I have a few Weequays left. I think I have 1 Kitaba.
Gabe,
And
we're
there's
like,
like a
who's
few
that?
Well, now, Cash.
I mean, the diehards are listening and they're like, "Oh shit!"
Right.
So, like, Weequay, what's the name? Weequay? I can't.
Weak way.
Yeah.
Weequay. Do people usually order more than one? Because I know that character, you see different, right? He's in. I guess it's the type of species he is.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
There's more,
the cool thing about getting multiple sculpts from different people is that I don't think that every single alien should look the same. I think that if you have a bunch of like Nyctos, try and make them look a little different from each other.
Yeah.
So the cool thing about getting a different head sculpt from somebody else is like, okay, I'm not going to sell that person's sculpt. What I will do is I'll use that to make a figure.
Yeah.
And now these guys that are of this alien race, they look different from each other now, how it should be. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to just get different people's sculpts and be like, you're kind of building the universe that way. And that's one of the things I still love about this thing.
Of course.
What's crazy is when you see these, even behind you, it's really hard to get an idea. Like when Jens is showing me these backgrounds, I mean, those are 6-scale figures. Those things are huge. I mean, like that. I mean, look at this. Hang on.
Michael's getting up, guys. We're in trouble.
I know. Oh, what? Yeah.
Look at this. I don't ever play with my stuff. Look,
Yeah, right.
look at my head, and you know that's a big old thing. Look
Yeah.
at this guy. This is a 6 scale figure. Look at this
Yeah.
guy. I mean, dude.
Yeah.
And then you go back to that picture. It's like, holy crap, you know.
Yeah.
And that one's, look, his mouth opens. This one I can tell you right now, it doesn't even want to stand. It's ridiculous.
Well, the thing about these Gamorreans was, I got my hands on one, and I was kind of disappointed because it's just really like a big rubber piece. It doesn't really move. So I casted all the parts. I casted the helmet and the hands and the feet and everything, and then I got a regular body. What I did was I extended the elbows, extended the knees. I just wrapped some cotton around them to give them some fat and give them some girth. And then I made a bodysuit out of nylon, and then I used some green paint and matched it with some liquid latex, and then painted the body. So now it has a bodysuit that's really a fat suit, and it's completely movable. Like these Gamorrean guards that I have up here are totally posable. And after that, we just I modified the face to make it scream, or I modified it to have a slash over its eye, or whatever. And it was just having the ability to pose your guards and have them walk around and just do all that stuff. It just makes it so much more cool.
How many characters do you got? How many different? You know how much?
We lost him.
I think we might have lost him. He'll jump back in. But
Yeah.
So Jens, which character do you think you really want to get, like, from his, like?
I want the skiff guard, the Weequay.
The Queequeg, yeah. That thing is so cool.
The Efantmon, it's
Oh man,
just beautiful.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the Cantina guys.
Yeah, and we're gonna get to some of those Cantina ones. I mean, there's just so many cool pieces.
My favorites are all the skiff guards. I love them.
Yeah, they're badass.
So while we get Cash back on, let's look at Michael's
sure.
diorama for a little bit. Let's see.
Yeah, we were going to jump into this one for sure.
So Jens, what?
Yeah, actually, I'm here in my garage. So we are working here on Michael's stuff, and we are now finishing the first layer of the diorama, and it's made in 3 pieces. So we have first we started with the middle part, the throne room, and then we came up with the idea to make this entrance. So we got the entrance, and then we had another idea of.
But real quick, before we jump into that, I'm sorry to cut you off, Jens. So like the entrance, that's like where Leia Bosch comes down, and she hits her little head on what?
On this shit here.
Oh, look at that!
Hey, so isn't that awesome? I just saw that for the first time, man.
Jeez,
Yeah,
that is perfect.
She hits her head on this piece.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're setting the scene. So we've got that. Okay.
Yeah. And I want to give a shout out to my buddy Luke Masasi. His real name is Jan. He's from Netherlands, and I'm working together with him. He is making all the 3D parts, for example, this kind of stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, he's very professional, and I want to give a big shout out to him. So
yes, and thank you so much for your work on this and the collaboration that you're doing with Jens. Thank you. Yeah, and did he help you with the trapdoors?
Yes, he had me with all these pieces. Yeah.
Yep.
So are those trapdoors? Okay, that's what I was gonna say. That they're gonna be removable.
Hey, go to him again real quick. I want to show you something that's really badass. Check this out.
Okay.
Let's go to him. Okay, so he was showing me this. So keep in mind, there's going to be a layer underneath that, right, where it's the cave. Yeah. Well, he came up with a really good idea. So when I'm creating this thing, is going to be in the wall. So and it's like 45 inches deep. So we're going to have down lighting. So when you have the Rancor down there, it's going to shine down through the trap doors
You have a
Yes.
spot here, yeah.
Yes, and it's going to give the illusion where you'll see the shadowing of that grid shining on the Rancor, Gabe.
Oh, that's gonna be beautiful, Michael.
Excuse me while I go rub one out real quick.
I know.
I mean, that is so
Jens,
awesome.
Can you
That's so
show
awesome.
them part of the Rancor cave so far? What you got?
Sure. So we got already.
Look at this. Look at the size of that thing. Holy crap.
Rancor gate.
Ah,
Oh,
So,
geez.
and we split it in the middle. So you're gonna see it like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a picture here. So it's actually, can you see it?
Yes.
So the gate is not completely closed.
Yes.
So it opens and the Rancor will come out.
Holy
Yes.
crap. So Jens, you're using the actual references of like the movie,
Yes.
like miniature scale, right? Oh man.
He's
Yeah.
got the side tracks to that door, so the actual tracks that go up and down. That
Yeah.
I mean, it's all functional. I mean, it looks like this thing you can actually. I mean, he didn't. I mean, he didn't skip a beat, brother. I mean, damn,
I know.
Jens,
I
it's
could-
really cool.
I could
Even the
tell.
floor where those things go in the ground.
Yeah.
He's got the floor where those spike things go in the ground.
Yeah.
I have it here. Just let me check.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then, so Cash is back on. I'm gonna see if Cash's audio works. Cash, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Can you see me?
We could hear you. We can't see you, but it's okay if you can't get it because we're gonna be looking at the pictures. Are you able to see us?
Yeah, I can see you guys. Actually, everything's super clear. I don't know why you can't see me.
Perfect. Oh, I think you're coming on. I think. Oh no, but it's okay because we're gonna go through all your pictures. We're gonna go through all your pictures anyways.
Yeah. Okay,
but
so
yeah.
back to
So
Jens.
Jens, let me see what are you gonna show us.
Okay, and so yeah, that's the entrance, the middle part, and now we are working on the trophy wall. That's where you got Han Solo freezed in the carbonite,
Yes.
and we're also gonna add all this lightning, so we will have it very, very movie accurate. And also we're gonna add this town head, which is attached to the wall, and on the other side we got the other creature, this Jabba. So it will really be badass, as Michael says.
Yes, 100% badass.
Dude, I'm so freaking excited, dude. I can't even believe it.
Cool.
Yes. Okay. So then where we're at on that. Then downstairs we're working on the cave. You were going to show us where the gate. I want to see this stuff. So you got the gate that closes, and then you've got the bottom. Did you just go get that piece, Jens?
Okay, just wait a second.
Oh no, I thought you already got it. My bad, Jens.
Dude, you're crushing it, Mike. What are you doing?
I know.
I mean,
Make
look,
man run around.
I know.
wow.
And hey, and I need to let Jens know that absolutely that is not his garage. That is his studio.
Yes.
I don't know if Jens can hear me right now, but yeah, that is your studio. You know, when
Yes.
you're done with all this stuff and you're moving a vehicle in there, then it's a garage. But no, it's a studio,
Yes,
brother.
it's my art studio, and
That's
yeah,
what you need to say from here on out. I'm in the art studio.
yeah, we have two art studios. We have this one, and I got another one in the house.
There you
There
go.
you go.
There you go.
All right,
Way
let's see.
better.
Let's see
Way
what you got going on.
So this is one piece of it. So when it closes, yeah,
Oh wow.
you got it.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. That thing, that right there, it looks like a rear block off of a truck. Right
Yeah.
there. It does. You know, it's just missing the pin for the leaf spring.
And
That's crazy.
I mean, Jens, and that's 3D printed, right?
Yes, it's 3D printed,
Jeez.
and yeah, I got my own printers here,
Yeah.
and they are running all the time.
Yeah, I bet that takes a lot of hours.
yeah.
How many printers do you have?
I got 3 printers, and
right.
I'm printing with any cubic she
Yeah.
want, and the big one, which has a bigger printing bed, so you are able to print this bigger kind of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we got Cash back on. Let's jump back in. I want to keep looking at some of these pictures, man. These
Absolutely.
All right. So essentially, this is kind of what you get, right? You could either get it completed or as a kit, right?
Exactly. And the cool thing about the kit is just seeing how the ball joints and all that stuff works and putting it together and all that, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like if somebody was to, back in the day, if they were just to be like, well, I'll sell you the action figure parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and BG comes with the console because the crazy thing about him was like the reference pictures were super, super, super hard to find. The one on the cover of him from the back is one of the best ones I could possibly find. And what I did was I included the little console with him, so depending on what you want to do, you can attach that to whatever part of the palace you want to make or whatever. So, yeah.
That's cool.
What was his role in the movie?
He is Jabba's games master. Sometimes Jabba is sitting there alone and doing his, well, not alone, but he's sitting there doing his own thing. He'll want to play a game or two, and this droid is his games master who will just come up with all this stuff for him.
Very cool.
And you got my personal favorite,
the Greedo.
Beautiful.
This was another the inspiration for making this cast, because this is a cast of the Sideshow one, and then I would actually make other Greedos based off of it, was because the figure is like $700 online. You can't find it for anywhere less. So I was just like, and my cantina setup, which I do not have here, which you guys will see at some point. In the cantina, there's like 3 different Rhodians, which was the race of Greedo.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have more than one. So I mean, it's not feasible to spend $2,100 on 3 figures. So I was just like, all right, well, I'll make some casts. And the cool thing was I started selling them pretty cheap. I just make them for about $50 and give those people. And everybody has the ability to add it to their collection, which you should be able to do. First.
For sure.
And the cool thing is it's made out of a soft rubber plastic, so all the little things are bendable hands and all that stuff.
Yeah. No, it's a great. I mean, and again, you could customize it, right? And I think that's the main thing, is that you could customize it to make it your own, like, make them different.
That Muftak was the first thing I made, and I have one of them right here with me, dude.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's huge.
It's pretty huge. What I did was I used a version 1 Darth Vader body.
Oh.
He's much bigger than everybody else. So next to everybody, he should be huge.
Yeah.
He should be this big, funky looking dude. And I think he came out pretty good.
Hello. Yeah, he came out pretty good.
What? This is what I do when I'm by myself, guys.
Oh man, that's trust me. Michael does this live on our show all the time.
I know, dude. I'm so excited.
All my figures sound like Pee-wee trying to use the phone. So they're all super fun. And here's I brought out Ghostway also, just because it's such a cool figure.
So cool, man.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about this was, again, research. I had to try and figure out how to do the legs, so I made them so they're on like tippy toe.
Do you look at the action figures, or?
What do you mean? What do you do? The smaller guys?
Yeah. Did you look at
for reference? Yeah.
Yes.
I did for Wheelsley, and I did for BGJ38. Yeah. It was tricky.
Cool.
It was really, really tricky. It's like that's part of this whole cool thing, trying to be like, it's detective work, man.
Yeah.
You know? It's detective work, and the cool thing is that they're all criminals, so I feel like I'm doing my
job. Look at this guy, man. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Which one are you looking at?
Oh, my bad. I'm just enjoying him over here by myself. I'm like, oh my god, look at this guy. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I was like,
I
hey,
didn't realize I
Class
wasn't showing you guys.
Class 2, yeah, Class 2.
My bad.
That was the first version
he
of
gets
Class
that way sometimes, especially if it's like a prop, like a movie prop. You should
Yeah.
have seen him when we had Kurt Kuhn on, man. He was like, oh, wait a minute. So in the background, that was hilarious. Yeah,
Cash, I
Klaatu.
got a question.
Huh?
Do you got this guy here? Do you have
Work-
this guy?
Yeah, he's working on it.
Oh, you know where he is. You know where he is. I'm working on him.
Yeah, we're gonna need him for the torture room.
I
We're
have
golden.
I have a feeling you might be getting him for the torture room.
There you go.
Just never know.
Yeah, we clearly know.
That's funny.
You know what's happening.
Hey, dude, we can go ahead and tell him. It was fun. It was hilarious. So yesterday, Cash is showing me. We're on a video chat, and he's showing me each individual figure live. He's like, "Oh, we got this one right here, this one," and we're about 30 minutes into it, Cash, and he's like, "All
Yeah.
right, so which one are you interested in?" Let's just say
And
that
Michael's
everyone-
like, I'll have one of each, please.
Then eyes bug out, and I was like, "What?"
It's really a hard choice because so many good stuff that you have.
I know. Trust me. That's
Yeah.
why you just got to get them all.
The
How
cool
many-
thing, the fun
How
idea
many
about
guys
it
you
is-
got put in there?
Huh?
How many figures you got placed there?
In
Probably
here,
about 20,
Jimmy, I wanna
27.
say- Let's take a look, boys. Let's get real
Probably about
close.
27.
I think it's
Do
more, huh?
you really want a head count?
No.
No,
I'll do
we're
it.
gonna go through all the pictures. So we'll kind of try to keep we'll try to keep track, and then at the end we'll go
I want to
through
say that there's about 27 or 28 in.
Did I hit
Wow.
it right on the mark, Gabe? I said 27.
it. Yeah, you did.
I wonder why.
This was one of the first sewing jobs we tried to do, and this was just really a prototype because I was like, I wasn't ready to
No.
have it out there just yet.
Mhm.
But then again, the whole clothing thing is kind of tough, just trying to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus for people that don't know, I mean, for like the action figures of that one, that Klaatu and different toy play sets, they have them in a couple of different outfits of clothes.
But
Oh,
yeah,
do they?
a bunch of different guys. Yeah.
Yep.
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 And that was an odds head sculpt, and since then I've made one of my own, and so the new ones that I'm making are of my head sculpt. That was when I was
Nice.
first trying to figure it out. This is the Mustache, yeah, the Brock Starsher
Nice.
next to LeBron.
LeBron, I know.
The smaller version of that helmet was the first try, and I was like, it might be too small. Sure enough,
Yeah.
it was. That's what you get when you order the Hermie Odal kit. And again, like I said, it's got the movable wrist joints, but then you get the completed one also, with or without clothing.
The
Awesome.
package looks cool.
Yeah.
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 That's really cool for people that like to paint up like soldiers and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's a really cool little challenge. Like, so out of all of these, I'm getting them together, but I did get the droids that I want to put together because, I did the 8D8 life size. So I thought it'd be cool to do a 12-inch figure. I'm going to have fun with that one.
Look at these.
Yeah,
So
those are the individual parts for Ifanman.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like I said, it was one of the more fun ones to try and figure out how to do.
Yeah.
See the sneak peek on Yak Face back there?
I know, I see it.
Yeah.
That's a yak face I got from a friend named Paul, and since then I sculpted my own head. And I have him right here. I'm gonna say,
Wow.
yeah,
Beautiful.
Yins.
and it's cool. It's just real hair on this guy and the whole 9 yards, and I have a few of these left if you're interested.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a hell of a thing to figure out.
Man, I can't even believe it. Because we got to remember Jens. You know, he makes these badass dioramas, but let's remember what got him into those dioramas, which was the 6-scale figures. Am I right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So these are the
Fame
helmet.
Alarm, that's the helmet, yeah. The
So this
Ippon
is-
Mon on the left is what you get when you order it straight, and on the right is the painted one.
Nice.
Michael just got one of those.
What's that?
I said you just got one of those.
Yep.
Nice. What, the Ray Eyes? Ray Eyes?
No, the Ippon Mon.
Oh, nice. Look at these. Man, that's so cool.
Look at that guy.
Well, there you go. Like with the different clothing, right? Like you
Yeah,
mentioned.
yeah, and it's also interesting to see the body because you can see the body next to the figure, and you can imagine how it is on the inside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I started all the figures now. Before they all had harder hands that were made out of plastic and everything. Now I'm trying to make them so they all have rubber hands, so they can all grip, and they all come with either staffs or weapons. Plastic.
Oh,
Isn't
nice.
that cool? That's just so cool.
I figure
Yeah.
it's just if you're gonna have it, you're gonna want the guy to just not just stand there and have it pose.
Yeah. Now, how do you articulate the hands with like wires, or how does it grip stuff?
No, you make them so well. You sculpt it. What I do is I'll try and sculpt a hand, like a gripping hand or something like that.
Oh, gotcha.
And then you cast it, and when you're pouring the resin, you kind of mix it with the rubber compound, so it is bendable. So.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, he's got a machine in there. It's awesome. Look at that pose. That's so cool.
I know.
It's like Bruce Lee.
Yeah, ready for some action.
Ray Eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a cool one.
that was a costume test when I was trying to figure out how to modify it, and it worked out pretty good. Not my head sculpt, but it was the figure putting together and trying to figure it out. I recasted the hammerhead and then tried to make a few of those available, which was pretty fun.
Look at that. I love the poses.
Yeah. That next picture is not mine, not any of them and stuff, but the one beneath it. The next one, I think. Yeah, those are mine.
Golly, man.
And that's the cool thing about these collectors, just looking at other people's stuff and trying to figure out how you can make all these things.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like an army of naked
That's so cool,
Yeah.
man. That's so,
alien guys.
obviously you've sold a lot of them, huh?
I have I did. I think I have
Yeah.
very few left.
Yeah.
But it's a cool figure to have, man.
I love how you just have him pose like
Yeah.
it's
He's having
cool.
fun.
I know. Oh, look, perfect. You can kind of see the scale.
The next picture is a promotion for Kagoda. He did these two figures. He did them, and he has them available. If you need to contact him, you can contact them for me. He has Tessic, and his Tessic is wonderful. Absolutely.
Y'all got a good collaboration, it sounds like.
Yeah, man. It's the same thing with Jens. You meet
Yeah.
somebody and you're like, you realize we're all on the same level, we're making the same thing, and
Yeah.
it's nice when people are cool. And
Yeah, for sure.
it's nice. when
Yeah.
people-
There's plenty of business out there and just having fun.
Oh, here's the weapons, right? You're saying
Yeah.
what people say.
snaps I started making.
That's cool.
Is that brass?
Yeah, it is. It's no, I'm sorry. It's yeah, it is brass. I'm sorry, that's brass.
Jeez. That's one, and then you cast them and they're like all plastic or what?
Yeah.
Gotcha. God, look at that.
I love this. This is cool.
I know. That's looks like a very difficult outfit to make.
Okay.
Jeez.
I see
It
the superpower, right?
Oh, yeah, those
Can
superpowers.
superpower.
Yeah.
I used to love those.
It was hard to figure out, but once I did, it was relatively simple.
Sorry. Beautiful. This guy, man, that's so cool.
That was a sculpt from my friend Jessica. She made a labria, and it's just wonderful. Wonderful.
The bartender, what's his name?
That's pretty
Well,
good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, your droids are not allowed in here.
Yeah.
You'll have to wait outside.
Unless you're in the new Mandalorian version where they're
Oh,
allowed
yeah.
to be, which is
They
weird.
are allowed, yes.
I wanna know
Oh, that's cool.
the story of what's going on there.
That's cool. This guy is just so funny. Like I could just imagine, right? Like when they're making these guys for the movies, where like, all right, let's make some with eyes.
They were drunk out of their minds.
Yeah, like every which way. Let's see if George. It almost seems like it was like a trick. Like let's see if George will pick this one.
If you guys you could see where my screw up happened in the background, where I was casting the robot stuff in resin, and if you look closely, all those pieces are completely just warped.
Oh
man.
no!
Yes, God.
Yeah, I've seen them done right though. Man, they are not beautiful pieces.
No, thanks, man.
That's just such a funny character.
I mean, it's crazy that you guys put this together, man. That's so awesome.
Oh, here he is again.
And a lot of this inspiration came from these sculptors and these other artists, and these other people that I've met along the way, and just been completely inspired by, and just
Very
amazing,
cool.
amazing artists.
That's cool. I love you. You're really good at posing these, and that's an art. That's an art in itself, right there.
Go back to the one just before that. One more. Yeah, that guy's badass.
Yeah, that was a lot of these ones with this head were costume tests, trying to figure out.
Is that Klaatu also?
Yeah, it's a different version of a Nikto. His name is
Yeah. He's one of my favorites out of the ones that I got. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, the leather work on him was really tricky, but it was definitely fun to figure out.
I love it.
He looks like a little kid lost in a supermarket.
Yeah, he's going to be fun. I'm excited to get him all lit up and stuff. I'll probably just put one little LED light in there. Hopefully it works out.
Definitely possible.
Has anybody done one yet with the lights or no?
With the lights, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. I don't think so. Not yet.
There you go, Michael.
Yep.
Michael's got to be.
So right here, since we've got Jens, and I know we're an hour in. So Jens, let's finish up talking about what we're going to be doing with going into.
Let me hold on. Before we get into that, there's a couple more pictures that I want to show because we are missing some cool ones here. Give me a second.
Oh no. I want to show them all for sure.
Yes. All right. So here's your gammies.
You can see these are the ones. What I did was I got some of these old Frankenstein handcuff things, and I attached them to their belts, and I got some small keys from Michaels, and I attached them as well. And you can see the different modifications on these guys.
Yeah,
scars. Yeah, the scars are badass.
Yeah.
And like the open mouth
screaming.
That's when you have him in the hands of the Rancor.
Yeah, exactly. You can do that with that guy.
That's cool. Here's all the different versions, right?
Yep.
Dang.
I know. That hammerhead, and then here's the Wampa.
Yeah. Swampa was made. It was sculpted by a guy who goes by Galactic Boy, and I got my hand on it, and then this is the same Wampa. I went through fur for the first one that I got from a friend of mine who works at a movie studio, and then it was really thin. But then I traded it in for the other one that you saw prior, and it just came out so much better. So much better. He's actually right over here. This is what he looks like now.
Oh, geez.
Show him the mouth, how the mouth opens and stuff.
It articulates? Oh,
That's
wow.
cool. Wow.
Galactic sculpted this. He did a fantastic job, and this was just a modification with a bigger fur, and modified a body and everything, and it's
Yeah.
it's pretty stellar.
It's so cool.
Is that one mine?
Ah,
I love that look. Man, I would love to see you, because a lot of people don't know if it's okay. I throw it out there that you're a comedian.
Yeah.
Man, I would love
Oh,
to.
all right, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hey, when he was talking about the band, just like you, gay punk rock band.
Was it nice?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was in a hardcore band for about.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was Gabe.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
It was
Great.
early 2000s, so
Oh,
it was
man.
the whole like post-hardcore screamo thing. It's
Great, man. Yeah, I was in like a Bad Brains, Black Flag kind of.
that you're talking that I love it, man.
God, that's crazy. I mean, we would not be friends, dude, if you were
That
still doing that.
no, especially Bad Brains, man. I love Bad Brains.
Love that.
Jens, me and Jens listen to Sting and stuff like that. He's got good taste in music.
You guys need to get some PMA. Right?
Yeah, I did.
There you go. See, what's up,
Hey,
Kash.
this guy, he looks a little bit more weathered when we were talking about the weathering on him.
Yeah, but that was the older fur that I was using. So after that, I, and like you were saying, I wanted to yellow it up a little bit more.
Yeah, it'll look good.
Put some
Around the mouth and stuff.
around the mouth.
Yeah, I like that.
The werewolf from the cantina, right?
I'm working on, and just so you know, a little preview. I'm working on the 2 werewolves from the cantina with real fur.
Ooh,
That'll be
there you go, Michael.
That'll be really cool.
a recast of the Hammerhead, and try to get it to make it more available.
Yeah, for sure. You can't get in.
So I
paint on him.
I have a feeling that once Michael receives this Jabba's palace, I already foresee it. I could already see Michael getting the whole cantina next. Like that's gonna be your next thing. Like you're gonna be like
killing me, Gabe.
Jens,
I'm just gonna tell him.
You're gonna be like, Jens, we're gonna need to do the cantina.
Now we're doing
Kash.
we're doing Luke's home next. Period. We're doing Luke's house down in the thing because that'll go in the new edition. Dude, that's badass. Go back to that. Look at that. Look at that.
No.
Man. I don't know what it is about the Wampa, Gabe. I love the Wampa.
He's great,
man. Beautiful.
Oh, by the way, Joseph is going to be on board for one of the Wampas because you said you had 2, so you had 1 left, right, of the Wampas right now, anyways.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I know somebody that wants that immediately.
Oh okay. Mm-hmm. Son of Dengar, email, hit me up.
Yeah. I'll talk to him. I showed him it today. So you haven't met Joseph yet. He's one of the knuckleheads. You'll like.
So Michael, what were you? Okay, so now Jens, let's talk about some dioramas here. So where are you now, as far as like, I know you're probably focusing a lot on Michael's commission probably right now and stuff. Is there anything else that you kind of have in the works coming up?
Yeah, we have. We did the Forge of the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a kind of a new diorama that we have launched, and if people might be interested, they can check it out on our website.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is something that we have new.
Was that the one Matt got? Matt got one of those?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yes, Matt ordered one of this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, Matt's been my number one pusher of 6 scale stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, check this out, Gabe. You got to get this. Look at this. I'm gonna bring up he sent me this, which is I'm sure you have better pictures on your website, but that's it, right?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're releasing the girl right now. She's available.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm waiting for mine. I went ahead and ordered it. I don't know why I did. So, but
Nice.
I like the Mandalorians. I've got pretty much all of the Mandalorian figures.
Super cool, man. So, Jens, how about what approximate, like in like the width of that thing that you're making for Michael, the Jabba's Palace? What do you think approximate? Like 2 meters, like 6 feet, or no?
More than 6
approximately
feet.
85 inches.
Wow.
It's really, really big.
85 and then 45 in the width. We've already got all the measurements. We just don't know the height yet.
It's
I mean-
really massive.
how tall's the Rancor?
He's probably what, 27 inches?
Is that it? Really? I thought it would have been bigger.
It might be 29. I don't have my tape.
Nah, that's
I'm
big.
looking at him right now.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's a good like 3.
He's about 20. Yeah, he's about 27 inches tall, I
You
think.
think? Yeah.
Well, Jens got a measurement. I can't remember what it
Yeah,
is.
I have the sizes in centimeters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know I have my tape measure up here somewhere, but yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking at him over there.
I saw it. I saw David's. And it definitely seemed because
It's 27 to 30. I'm looking at it right now. I'm pretty good with measurement. Just the
Okay.
actual Rancor, not the base, but because the base is probably
I
looking at
think
3
it might
inches.
be a little bit more than that, Michael. Because you know
Really?
what, the Regal Robot one's only it's 20, and the sideshow one is way bigger. I mean, just the tall. I mean, but maybe 30 inches.
I would say 27 to 30.
So I mean, think about that
Oh, my
alone.
tape
Let's
is-
just round it up to 3 feet, just to make it easy math. So we're already talking about 3 feet, and that's just the Rancor. So that means just to clear the Rancor, it's probably gonna have to be 4 feet, right? Like to give it space and like the gate. So that's 4 feet. Plus,
Why are you
on
trying to
top.
scare him? Why are you trying to scare him, dude?
Yeah,
No, I'm not scary. No, I'm just like in awe, like how big.
Oh, you're talking about Jens. Okay, you ain't scaring me.
Yeah, no.
If anything, I'm getting all excited. Right?
So, you're probably talking. I mean, you're going to be talking about a 5 foot, 6 foot diorama. I mean, realistically, right?
It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge and badass.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hell
Yeah.
dude.
So explain what the hallway that goes down. How we're doing that.
Yeah, sure. So now we got the top layer, and on the ground you will have the Rancor cave, and on the right side you will have the Rancor gate, and then you got all these rocks and everything. And in the back of the Rancor cave you will have a hidden door. That's where when Luke falls in the trapdoor, and that's where he lands inside the cave. So you have this door in the back with a little lightning, and then we will also have this control panel which is attached to the big gate when Luke tries to escape, and then when he is throwing the rock. So we will have this control panel as well. And yeah, now we came up with the idea to have next to the cave this, how you call it, the boiler room, the torture.
Yeah.
Torch? How was it in
The
English?
torture chamber.
Yeah, we will have this chamber, and on the other level we will make the dungeon with the cell block, with the prison where they put Chewbacca and Han Solo in, and we're gonna connect these two levels with the stairs in the back.
Wow.
So
That's just gonna be crazy, man. I can't wait to see this whole thing already done.
So what I don't know if you got that picture in yet, Gabe. So that picture is a reference that Jens sent me, and we were talking about being real to the layout of the dungeon of the palace. And if you look real close, it's kind of hard to see that picture because it's dark. But if you look back in there, you can see the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I know the shot.
Yeah.
can you make the picture bigger, maybe?
I don't honestly, because it's from a text. So let me.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Open with. No, it's okay. Open with preview. Let me see if I can do it. All right. I think now I can.
And to add badass to badass, I've got my boy Kash sending me a bag full of robot parts.
Yep.
So we can have all that crap in there. And then even Jens sent me pictures of, man, a lot of that stuff that you have, Jens, was perfect.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That's gonna look sick.
So there's the stairs, right?
yeah, there's the stairs.
And then you actually see CZ3 is over here on this corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's kind of like with his arm up, like kind of just there. Man, that's gonna be freaking awesome, man.
Oh, really? CZ3's in there?
Yeah, CZ3. So there's CZ3's in 3 different places.
I never knew that.
Yeah, in Jabba's Palace.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different versions.
In the Crawler, in A New Hope, and then obviously in front of the Cantina in New Hope.
Have you done him yet? A CZ3?
There is a CZ3 coming.
Awesome.
Oh, man, Michael. I'm telling you, I know why this show was set up. I already know.
Yeah.
This is Michael's plot to
I don't know what you're talking about.
to just make his whole setup.
Jens knows where we're going next after we've got other things.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh no, Jens, you're gonna be working day and night trying to build his stuff.
He already is, bro. I'm telling you right now, Gabe, this guy, man, he's sending me messages like he's 7 hours ahead of me, and I'm getting messages from him at 11 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, go to bed. I mean, he's sending me some badass stuff, and I'm like, go to bed, Jens. It's so cool, man. I mean, dude, that's the passion behind it, man. Both of these guys, Kash and Jens, I mean, you can see it in the work behind you, bro. You can see both of you guys, what y'all do, and your love and passion goes right there, man. So
I mean, look at that.
It's the best.
And again, I mean, the combination. I mean, this picture alone right here shows kind of the collaboration, right? You know, you got Jens dioramas, you got your work there, and it's beautiful, man. I love it. I love it. And again, I mean, Yen is groundbreaking, man. You're doing stuff that, man, nobody ever thought, you know, like it's.
Thank you, Dave. Much appreciated, man.
Yeah.
This is really cool, guys. So, guys, we're at an hour and a half. I know I want to be respectful, obviously, to Yen's time, Kash. Maybe not so much for Michael. Michael, you could. Me and you
we're golden, man. We're hang out for
but yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you, both of you, so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm sure, obviously, you know, everyone watching, I'm sure they're going to be hitting you guys up pretty soon. Kash, one more time. Somebody wants to order something from you. What's your email again?
Send me an email to Son of Dengar, as in Dengar, the fat bounty hunter, son of him. Son of Dengar at Gmail.
Perfect. And Jens, we already let's bring up your website and see.
Let it fly.
I know, right? Let's see.
Oh yeah, I also post when figure sets are done. I post them on my Instagram at Son of Dengar.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Okay, so your Instagram.
Great way to check it out, because then when I make 5 or 6 or whatever, you can hit me up immediately before they get going, because they go pretty quick.
And Jens, we can find you where? Say it again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me actually everywhere. And yeah, I got my website. It's Legacy.
And I'm going to bring up your YouTube, because your YouTube and TikTok, you're putting up a lot of updates, right, on there?
Yes, and I made this new banner there.
Yeah.
With the Cantina diorama on the top.
Nice.
Yeah. Beautiful. And then you have a bunch of videos showing a lot of your work, a lot of updates, and then
maybe we can show the first video shortly.
This one?
Some cool stuff. I think you have not seen it. Can you open it?
This first one?
Yeah.
Oh,
you booked a cozy Verbo mountain.
Little commercial.
With a kitchen.
There you go. Oh.
Yeah.
Look how big that is.
Oh, look at that.
Big big Mos Eisley buildings that we did.
Jeez.
This thing, what we carry is the big tower, the Mos Eisley Tower. It's also seen in the Mandalorian in a short scene. And here comes another big building.
Jeez. Holy crap.
Dang, man.
It's just, man.
I love it, brother.
I know,
I love
man.
it.
I cannot believe this. This is amazing.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah, just him and his father-in-law.
I mean, look at that. Just standing up next to it. It's crazy.
And look at how fashionable he is with his coat. Mm-mm.
I know.
Look at that. I love that right there.
That's
So-
fucking sick, dude. That's great. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It is, buddy.
Sorry for
Look at
cursing.
that. Look at that. That slave one that was in the background. I'm like, wait, what the?
I know,
Did I
right?
just-
Yeah,
that was
that's
1/6 scale too, right?
Some
Yeah.
of the stuff that we made, yeah.
very, very cool.
Wow.
Dude.
Amazing.
That's a lot of space, brother, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the completed, and you can see all that stuff on his website completed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look at that with yours.
Well, let's hear. I'm gonna let me go to your website. So it's legacyarts.de, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Let me just log on to it really quick. So through here, you could order everything, right? Or contact you if you wanted something custom, right? If you have an idea.
Yeah. If someone has any ideas, feel free to contact me.
Trust me, it works.
But actually, I have no time because Michael is keeping me busy.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
I bet, man.
I'm joking.
Yeah, you're
This guy's
not.
up 24
Yeah,
hours. Hey, I would like to, real quick, just to Jens, I want to just so much. I can't wait till I can see you once. I got to meet your lovely wife on the phone when we were doing a video chat, as well as your little crazy kids running around, your two boys. And when Kash was having some difficulty with his video, Gabe was asking him which, if out of all of the figures, if you could have one of those figures, which is your favorite right now. You know, obviously he likes them all, but he likes the Weekway, the one that I'm getting as well, Kash.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And I would like to tell you right now, I would like you to send that to Jens on me.
Oh, no problem.
Okay.
No problem.
That's a big thank you from Gabe and I. We really appreciate you, man. And me personally, you know, it's from the heart, man. Everything that you're doing, I want to be able to just say a thank you, and that's
It's
other
lovely.
than the commission. So, Kash, I'll deal with you on that. And
Done.
and
Alright,
That's a nice gift, man. I
Yeah,
really appreciate
I
it.
want you to have that from me.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's cool, man.
beautiful.
Thank you so much.
absolutely, brother. For sure, man. For
That's
sure.
awesome.
Love in this room. Oh, my God.
For sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Also,
Yeah.
I want to thank you, Michael, for commissioning us for this awesome project, because it's really fun also to making this,
of course.
and yeah, we're having such a good collaboration,
Yes.
and it really makes I'm doing this with my heart and soul, and
Yeah, I know you are.
so
Yeah, the collaboration is my favorite part of the whole thing. Pretty much
collaboration,
on everything that I
also,
do. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's
Cash,
awesome.
your stuff is amazing, and
Oh,
I'm
thanks,
happy to be your friend.
Oh,
You're
me
an-
too. And me
yeah,
too.
you are
I get
a
to hang
great
out.
artist, and such great stuff. Really.
Thanks. And your stuff is a total inspiration for me. Like literally, I mean, I really did. I was 10 years old. Today, I
Thank you,
promise
man.
Group hug.
And I hope,
I
yeah, I
got
hope,
All right. Now let me get some hot toilet. Let me get some 1/6 scale stuff getting in.
Yeah, don't be scared.
I am scared. I really am. It's slippery slope.
and I hope meeting you guys maybe in US.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely did.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe in celebration. Maybe.
Yeah, we're hoping
maybe
maybe celebration.
Maybe.
I think we would having a blast.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll probably get in
Ooh.
trouble, but it's okay. I'm gonna embarrass Gabe again when we do a live video there.
Now I see
gonna-
there. I
I'm gonna-
won't be embarrassed because everyone's
Hey,
just as geeky as us. There,
That's
so I'm
right.
good.
because I'm gonna have Mark Hamill and everybody saying hello to Collection Wars. I guarantee
There
it.
you go. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Before you sign this autograph, I'd like you to say hello to Collection Wars. Real quick.
Shout out collection.
Yeah.
Wars.
Gabe's gonna be like, oh, I'm not
Yeah.
getting out of jail, Michael.
No. Cool. Well, thank you guys again on a Thursday. You know,
Yes.
hanging out with us. I know Jens, it's early for you, you know, but
Yeah.
got it.
I get used to it.
Yeah.
No, it's really fun for me. So
Yeah, the best guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on. I
I'm
really
enjoying it, and I was so excited for the show today. So
Yeah. Anytime, guys. You guys are welcome anytime. So
It's an honor on my end, man. Thanks,
much
guys. Thanks for having me.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you guys again for joining us, everybody watching. We will see you on Saturday. I know we're gonna do a kind of group, right? A group
Yep.
show
out.
on Saturday.
Yeah.
I totally forgot, but I'm actually gonna be at Disneyland on Saturday. But I'm gonna figure it out. Don't worry, Michael. We're gonna
okay.
figure this out. We're gonna figure this out.
Andy's
If I
gonna
have
be
to go
like-
live, if I have to go live at Disneyland, I'll go live at Disneyland.
All right. It's good.
All right, guys. So we'll see you guys on Saturday here on Collection Wars. Thanks again.
Absolutely. Thanks, everybody. Y'all have a good night. Good night, Cash.